What's up, Saaphyri?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain. I'll put it like this. It's a hot day in Chicago, so we good.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
hot?
70 something.
Okay, it looks like it's going to rain out here. I'm in LA.
Oh, really? See, yeah, that rain always comes around November, December. It's
Yep.
weird.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I want to tell you first, happy birthday. Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
54th and Crenshaw. Like,
Thank you.
yeah, how was it? Because your party looked bomb. I was looking at your photos on your Instagram.
Oh my God, my party was incredible. We did the whole Moroccan theme, So it's like we're still waiting on the video from the videographer so we can show the whole party. But it was fire. Fire.
What was it good even with all the friggin' stupid COVID restrictions and stuff? You had a good time still?
I had a good time. And,
good.
It was outdoors. So, we didn't have a bunch of those restrictions because, you're outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, it was bomb. It was like, nobody's sick. I'm not sick. We good.
You're good.
Exactly. Still hungover from last week.
Well,
you got the same cover as me. Is that
which
cover
one?
behind you to your right, to your left, or whatever? That look like my same cover.
Oh, yeah. This one, right? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We match it.
Think alike.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Exactly.
Well, no, I want to tell you, growing up, I'm bringing it even back before everything. Like, growing up, what were your, what did you want to be when you were little? Like, what was like, hey, this is what I want to be? When you're in school and the teachers ask you, what you want to be. What was, your first things when you were little?
It's so crazy you asked me that. My first thing when I was little, my cousin wanted to be a court reporter. So I wanted to be a court reporter, right? Then she wanted to be in Playboy. So I wanted to be in Playboy. Right? Then I was like, by the time I think I was like 13, I said, I'm going to be a sex therapist. I wanted to be a sex therapist. But the whole time I was doing all that, I was always a writer and I would always do music.
Yeah.
So I started rapping and stuff. So that I guess I got pretty good at it because I ended up getting a recording deal, at like 15 years old. It just never did come out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I ended up. Then it just kind of turned from, all this sex stuff to I want to be in entertainment, which, still sex sells, but
Hey, it is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
It's the truth.
Yes.
Well, fast forward then, everyone forget, I feel like when reality TV at that time, when you were in it in the beginning, that's before, people realized, how can I say, today people are like, oh, well, they went on to get put on. I'm like, yeah, obviously, it's exposure. Who doesn't want exposure from a major network? But, when you auditioned and were getting, doing the whole ropes of, your audition and the whole process, was it your goal to, just get more exposure, or were you just going just to have fun, or both? How was it for you? Because I know it's different for everyone.
Yeah, it was. It was like, okay, first of all, the way that I came across it was like an ad on Craigslist that said, would you like to date a rapper? So I'm like, that right there piqued my interest. I was like, rapper? Yeah, I like to date a rapper, So it was like, and like you said, back then, it was like, how can I explain it? I was also an actress. I was an actress before then because I did movies before then. I did sitcoms before then. You know what I'm saying? So the people in the acting community were like, you can't do reality TV. That's like, oh, that's the bastard child. You can't do that. I was like, fuck that. I was like, I'm going to find me some love. And I don't know what y'all talking about. So I think, at the end of the day, I was like, yes, it is exposure. But at the same time, I might find a good one out here. So I'm going to go look.
Yeah.
It was like a combination of both for me.
That's good to know. And also, one thing I get really mad about how you got eliminated the first day. Because today, that would sell. I feel like they would keep that person for ratings and more good action than I feel like before they would kick you off right away and that's it. It's a done deal. You're gone. Sorry, you're awesome. How did you feel when that happened? Because I remembered you. I was so mad when they told you to go home. I was like, man, she's the best one. So Saaphyri made the whole show. She's your personality's just it's infectious. Like, you just get people to like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I knew you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo, I know her. Like, I felt like you were like a sister or something. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, how was it for you? Just, you know, how was it though the first day and recording, and because that's all I heard, it's a beast.
Well, you know what? It's like, it was crazy because at the end of the day, with this whole elimination and everything like that, it was crazy because I wasn't even supposed to be there. It was like the story of this is like the producers and them. I did the pilot for Flavor of Love, right? So I guess when you do the pilot, you're not supposed to come back to the next season. But I came back anyway because they basically used your character or your quote-unquote personality for the first season. So they figured if you come back for the second season, then you're going to clash with the personality that we created from you from the first season. I know it sounds convoluted, but I was like, okay. But they was like, well, since you're here, we love you. We're going to let you be a spy. So I was like, okay. So when I get there and the girls start bugging out over the bed, I'm like, I ain't even supposed to be here, but I forgot. It was like in my mind, I forgot, like, the cameras was there. It was like I blinked out, but then I tried to remember, but I was still like blinked out. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh. I was like, these people are going to never mess with me ever again in life, you know, because they going to feel like she ratchet, you know, and stuff like that, right? But once the show aired, because of all the viewership, you know, so we had like, I think when the season aired, it was like 8.9 million, some crazy, ridiculous amount. The night that it aired, man, I just hit me up. He was like, Saaphyri, we got something else for you, but you can't be on here fighting. I was like, okay. Because I just knew they was never going to talk to me again. But it all worked out. It was like God's plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah. I was like, hey. It happens, it happens. But you're right. If it would have happened today, nobody goes home.
No one goes home.
No.
If anything, it's the people that are boring go home.
Yes.
You don't want that because they don't bring nothing to the table. It's so twisted how different it is with I mean, it's really not different, but it is in the same way of that sense. But I want to ask you too, like, how was it with the other girls? Like, were a lot of girls, because were they stuck up? Were more people humble? Because a lot of people I know, they have a career already and they're trying to get put on. You know, how was it for you just meeting the girls? Because
I think on season 2, I didn't really get to meet too many people until the reunion.
Yeah.
And then far as Charm School, there were a lot of girls that were quote unquote, I guess, stuck up or whatever, you know, or felt like, you know, I don't really care about $50,000. That's nothing to me. I was like, bitch, you are dumb. I was like, I don't know what Hilton family you come from, but I don't come from that. I'm gonna try to get this 50,000, you know. So I think a lot of people were a little indifferent with it, but me, I was like, nah, I need this, I want this. If they could have said 25,000, I'd have been like, that's the shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Why not?
Lump sum at one time, it's like you don't understand. There's a difference between making $50,000 from your job opposed to having a lump sum. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I understand that. So yeah, they're, you know, the girls were a little bit indifferent, and I didn't really, you know, gel with a lot of them and stuff. But hey, at the end of the day, I was the winner of Charm School, so I was happy.
Yeah, that's like, how were you ever? Because I know, you know, so many people look at, you know, that episode or the whole season, and you know, they sometimes make you to be out the best person or the villain or the sweet person. Were you happy with a lot of the edits? Because, you know, I know that editing is a killer. Like, it's a beast, and people don't get that. Like, I try to explain to people that don't understand, like, the, you know, reality entertainment world, like, yo, this is all editing. This is not probably 50% true. Like, were you mad at some pieces? Because I know it had to be twisted a little.
Well, I'm gonna keep it 100. Back when we was doing it, the editing, yes, they do edit a little bit or whatever, but they put you in situations that they know that you're gonna act out. And a lot of people like to blame it on editing. But the real fact is, yeah, you might have got a close-up when you thought you should have looked back a little bit further. But bitch, that was you. Yeah. That came out your mouth. It wasn't a different day. Yeah, they caught you talking, you know, over here. Now you don't like the fact that they caught you. But yeah, it was like, no, that's you. So I'm going to even just tell the truth. It was like, it was me. You know, it was me. Yeah, I went and ran off and did some stuff. It was me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they do edit. But at the same time, it's like you was there. They didn't just like take your body image and place you in a different place. No. You know,
Okay.
but now I've heard that they do take like arguments or something like that and actually bring it from somewhere else. But with the editing, it's like they can only edit so much. Yes, they can edit out the fact that you might have cussed somebody the fuck out, or they might have taken some words and not let that be heard. But you were there.
That's good to know. That's really good to know, because I always wonder, because it's so different. I feel with every different type of show or a network, you just never know really.
You don't.
You don't.
And a lot of times people, this is funny too, a lot of girls, I remember on the show, now I'm not going to say a lot, but I'm going to say a few, they were so disrespectful to the crews, to the PAs and the different assistants. And so some people hated these people. You get what I'm saying? They didn't like them. So by them not liking them, that trickles through a whole crew like, fuck this bitch. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, you go get some of them edits where you be like, these motherfuckers, yeah, because they didn't like you. They don't like you because you cussed them off set. You get what I'm saying? So you got to remember, everything is through people. The editing, the directors, all that are through people. And if people have a certain perception of you in their head, they going to want the world to see it. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times when these girls, even on the new shows, they mad because it's because you done cussed out the producers, bitch. Yeah. You done cussed out the executive producers. You done made everybody mad because you wasn't showing up on time. Yes, you gonna get some messed up stuff because they like, fuck you.
Yeah,
fuck you.
That's sad. That's messed up. But I mean, I get it. I mean, because people just think they could talk to anyone just because they're on TV. They think they could talk any way they want to the behind the scenes people.
You can't do that. It's like you should be respectable of everybody, regardless of their position, regardless of what they could do for you, regardless of whatever. You just be respectable. That should be in your character. And if it's not in your character, I don't know. That makes people not like you. And it's like, to me, I don't care if you the hobo or the executive. I'm still gonna be friendly. Now, if the executive try to smack me, I'm gonna smack him back. If the hobo try to smack, I'm gonna smack his ass back too. So at the end of the day, you still gonna get the same respect, regardless of what you can do for me.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, one thing I think of you every time, because I always said lip chap. I always said chapstick. So when I heard, that was the first time I ever heard lip chap, because I know it's said now. Being older, I know it's said both ways. Like when you said it, you know, it's crazy to believe. It's crazy to think, though, you were probably one of the first reality stars really to run with it. Because I feel like a lot of people don't have, like, you remember who they were on the show, but they have nothing like a product. They don't have, not until maybe now, but I'm saying like from that time, no one used that, hey, you used that 15 minutes and yo, go with it, like run with it. Yo, make a product, make something out of it. Like, was that your MO right away? Like, yo, yeah, let's do something.
No. It surprised me too. I started seeing, like, you know, it was like I saw people like at colleges with lip chap on their shirts and all this stuff, and they were like, when you go sell the lip chap, where can I get some lip chap? I was like, I was like, oh shit, I gotta sell some lip chap. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna do this and stuff. So I was like, I put my mind to it. I put my little plan in my head together. It was like, I was going ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like you can see. It's like you can like your little retail at your retail stores now. Like some retail stores, I'm gonna let it go. But yeah, we got watermelon, tangerine, peppermint.
You got it hooked up.
Strawberry. So look for this on your retail calendars, and you'll know it's Saaphyri's lip chat.
Okay. Yes, I love. Like, I'm just so happy you did something with it, and it's so, like, if you were in pop culture for the past 20 years, you know who you were. Like, if you didn't, you were sitting under a rock. And like I said, when I think of lip chap, when I hear that word, I think of you. Like, I don't think of no one else. And I've heard other people say it now, just being around, you know, different people and moving to LA and moving back and just hearing different cultures and how people were where they grew up. But it's so funny, like, I'm so happy you did that and like ran with it, because hey, people don't do that enough. They don't take that, you know. Like, that's what I want to ask you too. Like, how is it still getting recognized? Because I'm sure you get recognized everywhere.
It's like it's crazy because actually Lip Chap has been around now for 10 years. We're like celebrating the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, that's what's up. Like,
yeah. We're celebrating the 10-year anniversary. We have a big party for that coming up soon too.
Oh,
You have to come check that out.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, of course we reinvented ourselves. You know, we come up with different things and stuff. But I'm just happy that we're still around and people still appreciate it because it's a good product. It's not like, you know, some of the other lip balms, you know, that basically, you know, you put wax on your lips and your lips are still dry underneath. No, or you put something shiny on your lips and you just shiny like my lips are shiny now. It's like, it's not shiny. It's for girls. It's for boys. It's for everybody in between. If you got lips, you need Lip Chap. Okay? Because your lips gotta stay moist. You talk to people, you know, it smells good. It tastes good, especially if you like to smoke a little. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're good.
Your lips, you know? So it's a good product. And I think that's why we've been able to last so long.
Congrats. Because that's like, people don't last a year with a product. So that's awesome. You go in. You know what I'm saying? Like, people try and then it fails, right? But it's like people try, but they don't really have a slogan. You had that slogan off the. I mean, that was. I mean, I still watch. It's so funny. I bought Flavor of Love on DVD. I still be I could pop it in my old DVD player, be watching it. Everyone's like, Nick, just watch it on, you know, on demand. I'm like, no, I like my old school DVDs. Because that's when reality shows were the best, though.
I think so too. Because now it's so filtered.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People portray these lives that they really don't lead. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to look as though they're rich, but everybody in the world is not rich. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I personally like to see the struggles. It inspires me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like to be inspired. Yeah, I like to see people doing good. That's great. But I like to see the inspiration. That's why I love Cardi B. I like to see the inspiring moments. I like to see all of that, opposed to somebody just saying, I'm rich. Well, bitch, is you selling pussy or drugs?
Exactly.
Because
it got to be something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and Cardi's so real with it. She don't care. She got the money, but she still shows the struggle of just everything. And it's a normal person. You're not perfect.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I always will root for that person. I will always, like the Sukianas. I love that. I love it. You know, I love to see it because inspiration like warms your heart. It like makes you say to yourself, you know, if they could do it, I could do it. You know what I'm saying? And if you could look at somebody and say, if I could do it, I could do it. I mean, if they could do it, I could do it. Then you're getting something from it. Other than opposed to just looking at somebody, and a lot of times people are just envious or they go and become consumers. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going to be a consumer. I don't give a fuck. Fuck a Birkin. I'm keeping it 100. I'm like, nah, I'm sorry. I don't really, you know what I'm saying? I don't really care. And I don't care that you have it either.
Yeah, it's not a deal breaker. Like, some people are so... it's weird with the whole celebrity world. Like you said, some people are so real and keep it real and have money still, so it doesn't matter. And then you got some people, I'm not going to name any, but, you know, it's just like their Mother Mary and Jesus. Like, they're just perfect. I'm just like, man, it ain't
no such thing.
There's no such... Exactly.
Ain't no such thing.
Nothing at all. Exactly. But I want to ask you, too, like, how was it different for you from doing Flavor of Love then Charm School? Was it a big difference for you? Were you more nervous the second like doing that show because you knew it'd be something different? It's not just you want to become better. So
yes, it was really different because I knew coming from Flavor of Love, like the difference was with Flavor of Love season 2, I was only there for a few minutes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was there for a few minutes. Now with Charm School, I gotta last to the end. I'm not gonna get this back. You know, so I'm gonna have to like try to reel in some of these times. I want to just, you know what I'm saying? Reel it in. You know what I'm saying? So it was like in Charm School was really emotional. It took a lot of emotions because it was like they kind of knew. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That basically, that they did like this whole like what do you call it, a psychological review on everybody before you they just fill out this long 200,000 page questionnaire. So they knew the things that would kind of psychologically mess with you.
So it was like, it was totally different. It was like
it was like how they say in the Bible, you going through a spiritual warfare. So it was like, oh, okay, this is different. So, you know, yeah, that was the difference, I think, with charm school and stuff, right? Because I was there longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 20 minutes opposed to like 35 days is a lot.
Well, yeah, that's what else I want to give you credit, because I remember when New York was doing the interrogating and she was trying to get at you, and you were just, I think she said something about your hair. I think the pink, and you were like, I forgot what you said, but you said so poised, and you just sat there smiling. I was like, yeah, Saaphyri, yeah, you ain't giving it, because I know how New York could be. So I was like, man, see, that's why I mess with Saaphyri, because she's that chick, man. She, like, it's just funny, like how you, like you said, because some girls, I mean, it was still rough for them, and like you said, those triggers, it just, like, man, you don't want this money, you really just want to pop off, and I mean, yeah, hey, I guess to each its own. I mean,
to each his own, honey, because not me.
Exactly. I want to tell you too, like, who do you speak to still from the show? Who are you close with?
I still speak to a couple of the girls. I still speak to a couple of them.
That's dope. That's dope. That's good to know, because I feel like it should be like these are kind of like a family. That was the whole VH1 saga. I feel like that was, y'all were, they should have did more shows, I feel.
Yeah, but they couldn't. They couldn't do more because, okay, look, we did I Love Money. Right? I did I Love Money season 2. Yeah. Well, they did a I Love Money season 3, right? But the winner of that show had killed his girlfriend, like decapitated her, and they had to like.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so they kind of like, they never aired that show. They just kind of, the whole franchise kind of went down. You know, it was a lot. So that's kind of what happened and stopped a lot of the other shows being processed through there.
I remember reading about it, because that's before, that's what I also want to ask you too, like, how do you think it would be different with social media? Because at that time, that's still when we didn't have, we just had like regular flip phones. I feel like we didn't have the full on, you know, you could look at anything and post on Instagram, Twitter, you know, TikTok. Like, what do you think it would be like with social media?
It would be crazy, because like back then we had MySpace and like YouTube.
MySpace and AIM, I remember.
It was like, even on like the MySpace, it was like all of a sudden, because it was like, I didn't even have a MySpace before the show, and everybody was like, you gotta get MySpace. I was like, okay. And I got MySpace one day, and then like the next day I had like 300,000 or 400,000 people that were connecting with me on MySpace. Or like even on YouTube, they kept shutting off the video, cutting it off because it was licensed through VH1. But it was like one day, it was like 2 million people that viewed this. You know, so it was like crazy back then. But now, if the social media was as it is now, it would be bananas. It would be bananas. Yeah.
I can't imagine like what else we would know, because in a way it was kind of good you had that show at that time, because all your business wasn't out there. Now
everything be out there.
You would know everything within the first episode. Before, you would, you know, if something happened about someone, something in their past, it would, you know, air maybe after the whole season aired. You wouldn't find out. But now, yeah, it would be.
Well, you know what? I think the difference is too that like on the shows that I did were like competitive shows, competitive reality, opposed to now mostly it's like supposed to be your real life, like following your real life type of reality. So if something happens in real life, then yeah, everybody gonna know about it before it hit the show. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like when you're doing a competitive show, then yeah, you could keep it quiet, because no one's gonna know you're even doing the show till after the show is completed, because they're gonna make you sign something. Opposed to with your real life, if they're following you and it's supposed to be your real life, and you have an altercation somewhere or something like that, then yeah, the news outlets and everything's gonna know, so they know that that's gonna be on the show. But most of it we'll know before we even get to the show. Yeah, I think that's the difference.
Yeah, and did you, like, when you were filming for all the different shows you were on, did you ever get to see them beforehand, or was it always with everyone else?
With everybody else. It's
with
like,
everyone else.
With us, it was like, it was no previews, no premieres, and nothing like that. It was like the only way you're gonna see the show is when everybody else see the show. That's it. If you miss it, you catch it the next episode. That's it.
That's crazy. See, yeah, I heard that, but that's nerve-wracking because you don't know.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna look like. You don't know what's going to happen because you don't only see previews. You're like, oh snap, I remember that. But like, how I'm gonna look on this show? You know what I'm saying?
Wait, and the sound effects and the music they put, it's all, you know, because when you're filming it, you don't have all that music and ooh and ahs. It's normal life. You just getting filmed, and like you said,
well,
they can make
it's like another thing too. When they were filming us, we couldn't have cell phones. We couldn't watch television. We couldn't get on the internet. So the only thing we could do was basically interact with the other participants. Yeah. That was all we could do. So imagine being locked in a room, like kind of like quarantine, but without TV. Okay, imagine being in a house with 30-some people that you don't know, with no TV, no books, no phone. People would lose their mind today because people are so connected to their phones. So it's like, how could I even be without my phone? We had to be without our phones for like 30-some days.
Dang, yeah, I forget about that. Yeah, because that's when you never seen a phone on any of them episodes. It was always like you said, you never seen a TV, you never seen a phone, you never seen nothing electronic. It was just the TV you're watching it on. That's it.
The only way you could use the phone, it was like a phone booth, like thing in it. They would film you and listen to you and tell the person you talking to, you are being recorded. So it's like, it wasn't no getting around it. You're nothing to say, nothing to do anything, you know?
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I want to ask you too, like, you know, because today reality's so different. What reality shows would you ever want to be on? Or, you know, you're like, oh, okay, I could see myself. Because, you know, you got Real Housewives, you got Love and Hip Hop, you got Basketball Wives, it's so much, and you really don't have to be a wife of anything. I feel like they just add it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's funny you say that. It's like, as far as Basketball Wives, I'm like, yeah, I could be on Basketball Wives. I went to a basketball game before. You know? It's like, why not? Yeah, I guess I could be a wife.
Yeah.
I've seen basketball.
Exactly, because no one really is. They've been divorced for 20 years, or it's someone's cousin, aunt, uncle, sister, or something. It's like, some are, but like, would there be any shows that you would want to hopefully be on in the future or see yourself ever in?
I can see myself on all of them. To keep it 100, because I like all the shows, so I can see myself on all of them. And I know I have some things in common with the Love and Hip Hop for sure, and definitely with the Atlanta Housewives, even though I'm not a housewife. You know what I'm saying? So I know I can see myself on all of them. So yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite franchise though, like that you just like to watch? Not beyond, just what do you enjoy the most?
Oh, what do I like to watch the most? A reality show?
Yes, reality show. Reality show.
Okay, reality
and tell me regular show. Tell me scripted show and then reality show.
Well, I can see the scripted one. I could go off the top of my head. I love Lovecraft Country.
Okay.
Lovecraft Country. I love it. I love Power, Ghost 2, or whatever. I love that one. Those are my scripteds that I love. Now, reality, I would say my favorite ones are Big Frida. I don't even know if she still come on, but I still like that show. And so I love Big Frida. I like Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I do like that one. I like Atlanta Housewives some seasons. Some seasons I'll be missing, but some seasons I like.
It's too much sometimes. You can't.
I know it's like days of our lives.
Exactly. It really is.
You know, so I do like them. Who else? Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay.
Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head.
Dope. And I know you said like you've done acting before. Have you ever want to get into voiceover a lot? Because your voice is so, like, if I heard you on this somewhere randomly and I didn't see your face, I would know it's you, because you have a very, I feel like that's not common today. You don't, a lot of people just have all the same type of voices. Like, you have a distinctive voice. Like, I'm like, yo, that's the I would know that's you in a heartbeat if I heard you like on the radio if they didn't say your name. Like, have you ever thought of? Yeah.
Yes, I have, and a lot of people have said that they was like, you need to do cartoon characters.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would love to do that voiceover. I would love it. I would love it. So yeah, hell yeah, I would do it. I would love to be a cartoon character.
Yeah, I'm saying I could totally see you on like Disney or Nickelodeon or like either Adult Swim or Cartoon Network. Like,
I would love it. I would love it. That would be like one of my biggest dreams come true. I would love to do voiceovers and cartoons and all that. I would love it.
That's
Yes.
awesome. Yeah, you
Yes.
need to, like, they need to hire you ASAP, because some people they have on these voiceovers, I'm just like, man, they whack, they boring, no one cares. It's just, okay, I guess I'm not an executive, I don't know, but some executives don't know. That's how I feel.
Exactly. Me
Yeah.
too.
But I want to ask you too, tell me about your nonprofit. Tell me all about that.
Okay, so basically, I have a nonprofit. It's called the Developmental Foundation, and it's for people of all ages who have intellectual disabilities. You know, some with intellectual disabilities, some with autism, cerebral palsy. But basically, what we do is we incorporate other alternative methods into making them have a better life, like aromatherapies, massages, sensory, you know, taste, smell, touch, just, you know, all those things that a lot of times they don't get, you know, in the traditional treatments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of traditional treatments are just medications. And I think that there's so much more to medications. And I think also that with the alternative methods, it decreases the need for as much medication, if any, not as any medication at all. So that's what we do with Developmental Foundation.
That's awesome. That's so sick you're doing it, because I feel like you said, so many people run to medication so quick, and it's like, it is not the end all say all. You are not going to, you could possibly be way better with something holistic or something natural than doing the medication, because people be on medication, they be worse than they were with their normal, whatever they have wrong with them. So that's super dope. Like, that's
and it's
awesome.
not like we're against medications. I think that
no, exactly. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's just combining. You know what I'm saying? Until maybe you might not need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Dope. Yeah. You know what else I could see you on? Like, it needs to happen. I was thinking of this too earlier today. You need to be in a Tyler Perry movie.
Hell yeah, I do.
You need to be in Atlanta at that studio. He needs to get you a role, because I could totally see you, like, whenever he brings Medea back, you need to be in the new one. I know she's retired.
I need to be Medea's daughter.
Man, you'll be perfect. Like,
wouldn't be cutting up.
I could see you like with either Tyler Perry, or I could see you with like an Eddie Murphy, like a new Nutty Professor, like you the new niece or cousin.
Trip this. I'm gonna tell you about Eddie Murphy, right? So I went to this premiere, and so I did this movie called MacArthur Park, right?
Okay.
And it had Miguel Nunez is in the movie. It's a lot of celebrities in the movie, right? So I was at this premiere after doing Flavor of Love. After doing Charm School. So I was at this premiere. So Miguel Nunez comes. He runs over to me. He's like, "Come here, Saaphyri. Come here, Saaphyri. I gotta show you. I want you to meet somebody. I want you to meet somebody." So he drags me over to Eddie Murphy, right? I'm not standing there like. And so Eddie Murphy talking, he's like, "Nice to meet you." I was like, "Nice to meet you too." So he's like, "Are you a comedian?" So I thought for a second. I said, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I'm a comedian." I was like, "I can be whatever you want me to be." I was like, "I'm with it." You know what I'm saying? So he was like, "We really got to keep in contact." He said, "I can see working with you." That's from Eddie Murphy's mouth. We have not worked together yet. So Eddie, if you see this, come find me.
Yes, he needs to make a new something, a new Norbit, a new Nutty Professor.
Yes.
And you be the co-star sidekick, because you, like, you would be, like, I could just see it already. Like, it would be so damn funny, and yeah, that needs to happen. Or I could see like a Wayans Brothers comedy.
That would be fly as hell too.
Those are the three on top of my list. I could see you like easy. Like,
yes. I love comedy. I love drama too, but I love comedy. So any of those, hey, here I am, come get me. I'm ready.
Yes.
These are my close-ups.
Well, I also want to talk about, living in Hollywood. I just moved back. I was out there for almost a whole year. And what to you, once you got into the industry fully, what were some of the highs that you loved, and what were some like stuff that shocked you? Because it's a cutthroat, it's crazy, the industry, and everyone thinks it's glitz and glam and the good stuff. Like, how was it for you still?
I would say that I love the ups and the downs, because in order to, you know, progress, you gotta have ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like the stuff that, you know, might bother some people. It don't really bother me.
Okay.
I shake it off. It's like, okay, you know, and go on to the next thing, because you can't, and I'm just telling this to you, you know what I'm saying, whoever else listening, but you can't let the things that other people do or some of the pitfalls that come through this industry get at you.
Yeah.
You just gotta keep going forward and stuff. Like, yeah, that happened, but don't ever focus on that. Always focus on the good. I don't care if your whole day was fucked up and you have failed, bust your lip, burnt your head, all this stuff. But you did wake up that day, right, to be able to bump your head and knock your teeth out. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta focus on like the good part. So I always try to focus on the good part instead of focusing on the bad. So that's how I get through the whole thing.
That's some good advice, because so many people I know, like, I didn't move back because I gave up. I just moved back because I had some stuff going on. But like, so many people move back because they think, you know, oh, they didn't give me a yes. I'm like, you're gonna get a million no's before you get a yes. So don't. The no's is normal.
The way the internet is now, you don't have to be here in California.
And that's the new thing. That's, like, right, especially right now with Corona.
Ain't nothing. You can't go outside and do nothing. Sit your ass at home and get on your computer.
For real, yeah.
Yes.
How's it been for you though with Corona and just, like you said, doing auditions, and because everything's virtual right now? Well, I guess some stuff is in person now, but not a lot. How has it been for you just tackling it on?
I've been trying to learn how to become a grip. You know, this lighting thing be messing me up. So I was like, okay, you got to be lighting now. Now I got to make sure, you know, in the middle of the day that I look decent to get on here. You know, because when Corona hits, you just be sitting there looking busted, drinking Coronas. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to get like, oh, I got an interview. I got to be sober a little bit. You know? So I think the whole coronavirus, like when it first hit, I was so scared, like everybody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my intuitions kept saying, no, this is airborne. This is airborne, you know? So I was like, oh, if it's airborne, then shit is, you know, what are we supposed to do? And then I remember one day it was like my nose was stopping up. I thought I couldn't breathe. So me and my friends had this ongoing text message. And so they were like, oh, we just saw this video where you boil water, put some lemon pills and the sea salt, and you breathe it in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I did that and I was able to breathe. So I'm not saying it's no cure or nothing like that, but what I am saying is I was able to breathe, and I still had to make my trips outside to the store, because, you know, everybody was packing up like we was finna go underground. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I need to keep going outside. So I was checking out there. I was like, this shit is crazy. Yeah. But, you know, thank God we had internet and TV. And D Nice.
Right?
Yes.
D Nice. Those late nights, you just be chilling, just put him on, you good.
Yeah, he was a savior. I love him. If you see this, D Nice, I love you.
Yeah, you're right. He definitely put on for the world.
Yes.
Because, yeah, it's like, it's even weird doing these IG lives. I'm so used to in person. It's just different. Like, but this is the new normal. This is, and it's not just it's everyone. It's the biggest outlets to small outlets to any audition. Everything is school, virtual. It's just, who would ever thought? Man, I wish I was back in school. I would get straight A's now.
Exactly, because
I could cheat. Exactly.
We here. We right here.
Man, I would be straight A student.
Yes, me too.
Man, I'm like, damn, these kids got it easy. Yes. You could just, how are they gonna know if you looking at another computer?
They don't know.
I'll be typing on Google all day.
Yeah.
It would be so, I want to be young again.
If you fail with this virtual, you're not the brightest at all. You're not the brightest.
Yeah, you just not the brightest, or you just don't care, and you should care because it's the easiest way ever.
Easiest.
It's so good. But you know, I know it's what is it? It's November already. It's crazy I'm happy though. I'm happy this year is almost over. I'm happy we have a great president before the end of the year, and you know, something happens good, because we need something good to end the year out at least. Because but what's coming up for you? What do you have going on? What are your ambitions still?
Well, like I said, we are doing something big for the Saaphyri's Lip Chap 10-year anniversary. We got that going on. we have a new commercial that we're going to be launching within the next week or so too for you. So look out for that. I'm going to shoot that to you, especially to you.
Okay, go.
I think you're going to love.
Yes.
And stuff, right? There are a couple of TV projects that we're looking at. We're just trying to figure out, you know, if it's going to pop or, you know, we don't know. Because like we said, we don't know. We don't even know how, like a lot of production is just, you know, slow right now and stuff, right? But there's different things that, you know, definitely are going to be going on. So this year is going to be, even though it was a tough year, I think it's going to be a great year.
Definitely. And what's still on your bucket list, professionally and just personally?
I think on my bucket list professionally would be to host my own show.
Okay, I think
I would like. I think it's time now because I did so many shows. It's like, you know, I've done shows like you guys never even probably saw, like in Holland, Germany, Australia. You know, so
yeah.
I think time now to do my own show. That's one thing on my bucket list. I think another thing would probably be to win an Emmy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's one thing professional, and then personal. I think I want a husband.
You want?
I think I want one of those.
No.
You know what I'm saying? A soulmate, you know?
Yeah. Especially in these times right now.
Yeah. Especially if I get cold. Yes.
Exactly.
I think that's what I want. Yeah.
Dope. Yeah, you know what I feel like they need to do too? They need to do, like, I've seen a lot of different movies or couple shows. They do like the virtual, they have all of them in a box and they're just talking. They need to do that with like Flavor of Love or Charm School just to, because that's something I would watch. Like all these, like I think they have like Legally Blonde and I think Mean Girls and like Parent Trap and The Nanny. Like, yeah, those are cool, but I want some like reality TV. It'd be awesome. I wish they would do that for you all.
That would be dope as hell. I was like, I don't really know exactly what that is, but it sounds like it's dope.
It's kind of like this, but just all of you is on the screen. So it'd be like a big Zoom call, but they broadcasted them on YouTube. I've been watching them, and I'm like, why haven't they done any reality TV? Because I feel like that'd be dope.
That would be dope. Somebody
yeah,
should do it.
Right, man. I need to contact everyone. I need to. Hopefully, everyone got an Instagram or a Twitter. I gotta.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm gonna put that on my bucket list. Hey, I got all the time in the world, so.
You know that's right. You know that's right.
There ain't too much I could do.
Fire.
Yeah,
that would be fire.
I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be on my bucket list. I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna message you. We're gonna get it together because I feel like the fans would love it.
I think so too.
Yeah, because I feel like everyone has been interviewed on their own, but to see you all come together for nostalgia, I just feel like it would be super dope.
I think it would be dope as hell too. It would be dope.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you so much, Saaphyri, for taking the time. I've been a fan of yours since. I can't wait to meet you personally when I come back to LA. Or if you ever come to Chicago, let me know. I got you. Have you ever been to Chicago?
Yes. I love Chicago. Chicago's like my favorite big little city. It's like a big city, but the people are so cool. I love Chicago.
Yeah, we normal. We chill. We not that LA life. That meeting people was different for me. The guy, the food, man. That's what I missed when I moved to LA. Everyone's vegan and organic, and I'm like, where's the neighborhood spots? All I was eating was the taco trucks and like Chipotle. That's all I was eating because I couldn't.
The wrong part of LA.
Man, I was in Koreatown. Then I went to North Hollywood.
You was in the wrong part. You had to go to South Central.
Yeah. And I had no one really. A lot of people I knew that moved. They all moved there, so they don't know. And I'm like, well, thanks. I guess I just gotta go back home to my hood to get the good stuff. Because, man, I lost so much weight living in LA for a year. It was.
They tried to turn you vegan, eat healthy, make you work out. All kinds of crazy.
It's all healthy and expensive. I'm like, man, this is like $20 for one lunch. I'm like, I just want to spend $5. Like, this ain't. It's a beast. But let me know. I'm gonna let you know if I ever come back. I got to make it back out there. I don't know. We'll see with the whole COVID.
Yeah, you definitely come out here. We gotta hang out, have fun.
Yeah, definitely. But thank you so much. I know I can't wait for the launch, like you said, for the 10-year. For the Lip Chat. That's gonna be super dope. You know, best of luck and hope to talk to you soon. We appreciate you.
So anybody that wants to get some Lip Chat, they can go on my Instagram page and hit the link right there, or they can go to Saaphyri'sLipChat.com and order it.
Dope, dope. Well, thank you so much, Saaphyri. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Okay, be safe.
I will.